Welcome back, everybody, to High Flyer Radio. This is the best wrestling podcast on the planet. No other way to say it. We're the best, and you know it. This is episode 51 here, after our wonderful 50th anniversary with our 50th episode. As always, this is me, the nerd you're going to hear, the host. Alongside my other host, Ayden.
What's up, folks? Glad to be here. Glad to be talking about, a very uneventful, the very uneventful world of professional wrestling in
Oh, yeah.
2022. There's nothing major happening at all this year.
No, no, no.
Nothing to report on. I don't even know why we're here, man. But
Yeah,
but we're the best, man. So that's why we're here.
that's right. That's right. Got an obligation to talk wrestling to you people. And that's the important part. We get to be here. We get to share some wrestling stuff, and we get to hang out with you all for a couple of minutes here, or under an hour. It doesn't matter. Uh, I was watching the intro, and I'm like, yo, I forgot that David B actually whipped out like one of those replica belts. I was like, I
Oh
forgot
yeah,
that. Yeah, he actually has one.
yeah.
Oh,
Watching the intro, sometimes I'm like, damn, I forgot about that, or I'm like, damn,
yeah, it's like, damn,
we
Patrick was
done come
here.
a long, we done come a long way from all this shit too. Like, man, like,
Yeah, it's like, damn, Patrick really was here once and just dipped out, bro.
yeah, he really was. Just one, he'll forever be on. He'll forever be on the rankings as 0 and 1,
0 and
just for
1.
pulling up for that one stream. That's
Yup.
it.
If he comes back, he's like, I'm just gonna get my win and I'm gonna go ahead and just what's it called retire after that.
Yeah, that's it. He's out of here after that.
Yup. But how you doing, bro?
And I'm great, man. I got a great weekend lined up for myself, and a very special friend. So that's gonna be great. Honestly, man, I really just can't wait for tomorrow. Like I'm just kind of like kid getting ready for Christmas. I'm just like, man, like I want to see people open up the presents that I got for them. You know what I mean? But I'm super excited, bro. Like, we got a lot of really cool wrestling news to talk about today. So that's gonna be great. We got our top 10 wrestlers of the year that we're doing. CM Punk and the Elite, NXT rebrand rumors. We got the solo North American title change, man, that we're finna talk about. So,
Oof.
I'm lit, man. I'm excited.
Yup. Hey, man. I'm there with you, man. I'm there with you. Had a pretty eventful. Well, not today. Yesterday, what's it called? I actually worked yesterday for the first time.
Oh
Um,
yeah?
yeah, my new job. It's called. They put me to work, and then they told me like, "Wait, dude, you're not actually on the system." I'm like, wait, what the fuck you telling me I'm not on the system for? Oh, maybe it was a glitch or something, but we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna get paid for tomorrow for yesterday, so I
Yeah,
worked.
man.
I saw the Woman King. At night, went to a late screening of that.
How was
Uh,
that? Was that good? Because I'm
oh
actually
man,
interested in seeing that.
dude, fucking epic, bro, fucking epic, man. I mean, they like you can tell they put in hours to learn the choreography and everything, and
Yeah.
also just getting to learn a lot about the home, uh,
Yeah.
people and.
That was kind of my thing is like I'm
Mm-hmm.
really interested in them as a people because like they were very like barbaric, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I'm really interested in seeing how they portrayed that on film because I've been doing a lot of like my history on like Africa lately and like African tribes and like, trying to
Mm-hmm.
understand like where I come from. So
Yeah.
very interested to see that.
Yeah. Man, I would be really interested to hear your thoughts. I think that they did a pretty good job at it. Of course, what's it called? They're not gonna give Gina Prince, Vice Wood all the fucking time to do it. So it's like, yeah, part of the movie does feel kind of dragged and kind of rushed, but overall, I had a good time with it. I liked it, and for somebody who loves to learn more, especially about Africa, I was like, damn, this is really, really interesting to learn about. And
Yeah, I
yeah,
got to see that.
yeah. And Viola Davis, of course, always kills it. That woman does not know what a bad performance is. Has never turned in a bad performance.
Nope,
Never, and she
never,
kills it.
literally
Kills it.
never. She's
Yeah,
probably the
but
greatest actress. I think Davis is the greatest actress of all time. Personally, that's just my
I'm not
opinion.
even gonna cap. I agree with you there.
Yeah, that's
I
genuine.
said a
Like,
long time. I said a long time
yeah,
ago, bro. She's
yeah,
over. She's over
she's
as fuck.
underrated.
She's over as fuck. She's
Yeah, she's over. She's super over with the crowd. Every time
yeah.
she comes out, the people pop for her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fuck your Meryl Streeps. What's it
Yeah,
called? Viola Davis out here just killing and
yeah,
killing. But yeah, man. But of course, the world of wrestling has gotten really, really, really interesting.
Yeah.
And we're gonna play a little bit with the WWE side right now, because so of course you all were here for Clash of the Castle. We saw what happened. Solo showed up, helped Roman, and then what's it called? I love that SmackDown. I love that SmackDown. Just them saying introducing Solo, and like Sammy's there
Yep.
like and but Solo joins them, and we get introduced to Solo and stuff, and they have a pretty damn good what's it called, a way of doing that. And at NXT, I did not expect this, because I thought, oh, it looks like Melo's gonna keep this title for a while. But then Aiden said something that really struck my eye. I was like, that is a good way to do it too, where it's like, have Melo drop the title, stay off TV for a little bit, bring him back, and hopefully, hey, I wouldn't mind have Melo be the one to beat Braun Breaker and take the
Yep.
title off him. But
Yep.
what's it called? Solo Sikoa is our new NXT North American champion, and I want to ask you, Aiden, specifically, because I know a couple of friends asked me, do you picture this being the bridge between the main roster and the NXT roster now? Because Solo has it.
I kind of I think so, to be honest, man. Like honestly, I would really like that, because to me it's like, Solo Sikoa is still kind of new. I mean, I haven't
Hmm.
seen as much of him, so I can't really speak for his in ring. But based off of like what I've seen in like a handful of matches, it seems like he's still kind of new, still kind of needing like a little bit more in ring development. Just based
Yeah.
off of what we normally see on SmackDown. That's not saying that he doesn't have it. Dude totally has it. Dude's totally gonna be a star, a mega star one day. He's already on the right path. Being able to like get some of the heat from what the bloodline has going for him and have that going for himself. Seeing it, man, it was, and that, what a great call to have him go on NXT like that, just do the open challenge with Carmelo and win. Because now it's like, no one in that moment, no one was ever going to be more over against Carmelo to be able to take that title off of him. You know what I mean? Without it feeling like, okay, Melo's dropping the title. Now he's moving on. So wanting to see Braun Breaker and Carmelo, who are the two guys who've held the NXT brand together as far as the men's roster for the past year. I'd really like to see that program. But yeah, I'm with you on the bridging for NXT and SmackDown. Like I think it'd be really cool to see like a couple of the guys from NXT be able to go on SmackDown, like some like maybe like a Cameron Grimes or someone like that. Like some
Hmm.
of these people who are like ready to move on to the main roster, like maybe this is their way to be able to get up to the main roster. I'd really be down for that. And it gives Solo something to do, because everyone in the bloodline has titles. So, Solo's got to have something, and you're not going to give him the Intercontinental title. So
Oh,
give him give him the North American title, man. Why not?
yeah. And then of course, like, go for the United States, but it's like he's not on Raw, he's on SmackDown. So
Yeah.
it's just, it doesn't make sense. Have him go for the North American title, have that be a little bridge, and then showcase the North American title while you're also kind of showcasing NXT talent on SmackDown. So,
Yeah.
and
And
you
then
can even put it there, like, Solo's like, I'm the one who's giving y'all time. Like, this isn't even
mhm,
your show. Like, I'm over here putting in work for y'all, and like he kind of gets a little bit of heel heat that way.
yeah, I think it's great. Someone said, I don't know where I heard this, but someone said they should give Sami Zayn the 24/7 title. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not mad at it. If you have everyone
Yeah,
in the bloodline and then you got the honorary Uce sitting there, like Sami
yeah.
Zayn just looking goofy as hell with the 24/7 title. But it would be cool if it was like the story was like he's got the 24/7 title, but no one challenges for it because he's with the bloodline all the time. So they're like, oh, we're not going near the bloodline. So
Yeah, I'm not
like,
going to your
so it
bloodline.
literally just kind of writes it off. Like I'm interested in something like that. I think that'd be really cool. But I'm just glad to see that they're doing something with Solo. You know what I mean? Keeping him strong. Keeping.
Yeah.
I thought he looked really good on SmackDown. I thought he just
Oh, fuck
fit
yeah.
in, and you could tell that his brothers were like super happy to have him there with him. It
Yeah.
was great. I love to see it, man. Good for
Yeah,
Solo.
man. That the bloodline is, it's wild having, like, when we were watching this all start to go down, the bloodline was just literally Roman, Heyman, and Jay. And that was, and
Yep.
like, even then, like, just the story that took place to culminate into the formation of the bloodline. Like, it's just crazy how all things have gone, that now it's like, yo, we have what's it called? The Usos, we have Roman, we have the honorary who's Sammy, we have Solo, we have Heyman, and it's like,
Yeah.
holy crap! Like it's crazy to think that how much this story has progressed, and people will say like, oh my god, I'm so over it. It's like, I don't know, dude. They just keep pulling out like more ideas and to add into it, and it's like, holy shit! Like
Yep.
who the fuck is next? Like I'm thinking at this point, shit, we might have the Rock's daughter just come in, join them. I don't.
Come join the bloodline. I'm
Yeah,
so bummed that we never got Naomi in the bloodline. I mean, it's not to say that it couldn't happen at some point, but
yeah,
I feel like a woman being in the bloodline was just like, it's she would almost been like the China to like DX. You know what I mean? Like she could have been in there, been like
yeah.
running shit as the SmackDown Women's Champion. Like I feel like that would have been sick.
Would have been a really good program with the Judgment Day come Survivor
Yeah,
Series time. To have Rhea
bro.
go against. Yeah, but
Yeah, Naomi with the Usos versus Bianca and the Street Profits. Bro, it writes
yeah,
itself. That's all you. Come on,
it's
man.
all there.
Like, what are we doing, WWE? What are we doing?
Yeah, but
It could happen. You never know. You never know.
I
I,
think
I
that
I'm under the belief that they're going to be coming back into WWE at some point. So
me too. I think they're just taking their time to like do the things that they actually like wanted to kind of take some time to do,
come
like
back at
their
the
whole.
Rumble.
Yeah, they're doing like their whole New York Fashion Week stuff, and they're doing like these red carpet stuff, and like let them do that when they're ready to come back. I have faith in Triple H that he is talking to them and they have something worked out, and I know that they didn't lose those two. They didn't lose them. Like
They
if it was
should
yeah
they should come back like back to back at the Royal Rumble.
yeah
Or they should have like Naomi come out like a couple numbers before Sasha, because we all know. I mean, I love Naomi, but Sasha hits a
yeah
little different for the WWE fans.
yeah
So they should
they should
have
have like
them come back at the Rumble.
damage control just beating down on Sasha. I mean,
Yeah,
start beating down on Naomi, and then
that's
Sasha
kind of what
comes
I'm
out,
thinking.
and like you got because now damage control are the ones who are holding the titles, and I do not see anybody taking them off damage control until like come WrestleMania time. Like
Yeah,
I don't think
I think
anybody's taking
Toxic
them off.
Extraction comes back up to the main roster after
Yeah,
Mania next year. I think that's when because I think Toxic Attraction versus or versus
damage
Sasha
control. Yeah,
Naomi after Mania, because I think Sasha Naomi should win them back at Mania. I feel like that would be a really
yeah,
cool story.
yeah. But we'll see. I mean, there's no. I mean, like
See,
at this
man.
point, I have more faith that they're taking the title off of Braun soon than I do that they're gonna
Yeah.
take him off Mandy because I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with man. Like I don't know who
Who
the
else
hell's
is
taking him off.
left for Mandy Rose? That's
Yeah,
the thing. Because I think she's beaten
acknowledge your
everyone on the
tribal
roster,
queen,
right?
baby.
Man, Naomi, no, not Naomi, Mandy. It was such a missed opportunity to not have. Mandy could have lost her title without having to be pinned on NXT, especially now transitioning over into our next topic, talking about this potential NXT rebrand that's underway. Um,
hmm
I don't know. I just don't see Mandy Rose fitting back in with like that black and gold era of NXT, if that's what we're going back to, where it's like NXT 2.0
Yeah,
production, but now we're moving. I really hope that we're getting away from like these over the top characters and like just goofy dialogue and like gimmicks over in ring, which we like Orange Cassidy and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, but and we like our Danhausens, or at least in doses. You know what I mean? But like, I
we
don't know. NXT
oversaturate with it.
2.0, it just wasn't for me, man.
No, look, man, I'm glad that they're getting rid of it because like, I really felt like once Triple H stepped in, he saw that shit and he was like, "Yeah, this isn't gonna work anymore. Like, we're not doing this." It's like that.
Yeah,
Like, if there was one thing you knew what was gonna happen, NXT was gonna get rebranded, and
yeah.
you know, I think he's definitely set on keeping Braun for now, like keeping Braun champion for now. I don't know what he's gonna do with Mandy. I think he kind of likes Toxic Attraction and what they're kind of doing. So like, I don't know about Mandy per se, but
Honestly, I
things.
think they're all coming up as a trio, man. I think
Yeah,
they're all going to come up as a trio to the main roster because I mean they're a ready-made product. They're some of the
yeah,
most over stuff that WWE has going for them, and they're on NXT 2.0. You know what I mean? Like whether we like certain things or not. I mean, I actually enjoy Toxic Attraction. Like I've become more of a fan of Mandy. I'm just
I
a
didn't
little
like him at the
tired of the
first.
title reign,
Yeah.
but
I yeah,
I think they're
it
ready.
grew on me. It grew on me, bro. It honestly
Yeah,
did.
for sure.
Yeah, I didn't like it at first, and I was just kind of like, ah, but it grew on me. I won't say I'm like the biggest Mandy Rose fan here, but I'm like, at this point, I'm more so interested in to see how Mandy's gonna lose it and when. As to like,
Yeah,
because, but you can't give her you got to give her due. Like she's been having probably the most dominant reign in NXT since Asuka. You know,
yeah.
she's gone through everybody. No, who the fuck is left now at this point? But
It'd be
I,
really interesting to see them use like maybe like how we just talked about the bridge between NXT and SmackDown. Like
yeah.
it seems like they're interested in doing something with Sonya, but they're not ready and pulling the trigger on that yet. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
doing a callback to like Mandy and Sonya being together. I feel like because you know how they always send people back down to NXT just
Yep.
for like I think maybe like a Sonya and Mandy Rose feud might be something really interesting if they ever wanted to turn Sonya babyface, which I think Sonya is made to be a babyface.
Yeah, and if you really let them go at it and like really let them pour their heart into those promos, I mean, you have yourself a really good, what's called package. Because like the rumor of like them having been in a relationship is right there, and
Yep.
then them being business partners right now with their whole cupcake thing that they do, and like they
Yep.
have so many things that like there's a lot of history there, there's a lot of chemistry there that you can obviously like do a lot of things with that if you just let them
Yeah.
go at it. But
I think it'd be really cool. But it's also
yeah,
weird like they like because like you've got Damage Control who are on the main roster and it's like yeah, they're from NXT, but now they've got different names and or at least EO does and I
yeah,
don't know, they kind of acknowledge some of the stuff from like NXT, but then they'll have characters that like are directly going back and forth like on a weekly basis. So it's just like NXT is just in such a weird place right now that I feel like this rumored third rebrand is much needed. Like go back to the black and gold era. Like let's
mm-hmm.
get back let's get back to, you know, creating more people that are going to be more conducive to the environment of like this Triple H era, like where work rate is going to be really important. I want I just, I'm very excited to see a return back to black
Yeah.
and gold if that's where we're going, man.
Yeah, and then of course with like NXT Europe becoming a thing now, like when that
Yep.
happens, you're gonna have a lot of things, and I think like Triple H is gonna start scouting the indies again. Like my man's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
start, yeah,
bro.
my man's gonna pay
I want
attention.
to see Matt Cardona come back, man. I really want to see Matt Cardona come back into the WWE, man, and like let him play the character that he's been playing in the indies, but
Yeah,
like start him on NXT, man, and let him become the NXT champion. Like Matt Cardona would kill that, dude. And like people like Nick Aldis would be really cool.
yeah.
Um Rachel Rose, for all my new Texas Pro fans, like Rachel Rose is someone who's ready made for NXT. Like, plus her history with Roxy, like get those two in the
Oh
ring
yeah,
together ASAP, and you're gonna see some fucking bangers because none of their matches in New Texas Pro missed. Um, Roxy is someone who I'm super excited to see. Like, what's in store for her too. She's a future Raw Women's
champ.
Champion,
Yeah.
SmackDown Women's Champion. She's got everything.
Yeah. I'm really excited for this reboot. I'm also just excited to see hopefully that set change and they're gonna put a new set because like
Yeah.
I don't like the NXT 2.0 look. Like I don't
I just
like
don't
the
like the
set.
colors. I just don't like the colors. Like,
Yeah.
it's too much. It hurts my
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And yeah, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with it. I know that under the right hands of Triple H, he's got it, and I know that he's leaving it mostly in charge to Shawn Michaels. I'm pretty sure. So,
Yep.
he
Yep.
knows
He
what
got a
he's doing.
promotion.
Yep, it's just crazy, bro. He's like, you never thought we never thought in 1,000 years that it would just come down to Shawn Michaels and Triple H holding the power and them sharing it together. And it's like
The
it's just
click, man. The
2022
click.
is a crazy ass year, bro. 2022 is
Yeah.
a crazy ass year. Yep.
Man, I think we need to go back to that Triple H video from the Hall of Fame like a couple years ago
Yeah.
where he's like, in that pissant t-shirt company talking about AEW. It's like, damn,
Yep.
bro, we're really back in the Tony Khan versus Triple H days again, man. And it's like,
Yep.
you know. we see how it's affecting one person mentally, and we see how it's man, Tony
Yep.
Khan's losing his mind, bro. Like the brother,
Yeah.
he needs a vacation and he needs writers. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. Tony needs to settle it down. Like he really needs to tone it down. Like
He needs to calm down.
it's not a good look for AEW when you do. It does get people talking about your company, yes. Because I will not lie. After every single media scrum, my timeline is filled with people talking about AEW. But it's not the look you want for your company, bro. Like I get it,
No.
but like damn, it's not the look you want. But
Did you see him freaking out on like the fact that WWE dared to book a show the same weekend as All Out, and he was like,
yeah.
"I'm not gonna fucking take it anymore." It's like, bro,
Welcome to the big leagues,
relax.
baby. Welcome. You
Yeah,
know?
you talk about the Friday Night War, and you send up all these big shots, man. But like now you're moving emotional, man. Like you got to take your emotions out of this. Sometimes you got to relax.
Yeah.
You got to be like, yo, we moved to TBS. Why did the numbers drop? You got to start
Yeah.
asking yourself these questions, Tony. You got to start making moves, man. Now that honestly, man, Dynamite the past 2 weeks has been fucking awesome, and it's just been such a reminder as how much MJF has carried this company on his back, as well as
100%.
people like Moxley. Like it shows that AEW is not the same show without MJF.
Yep.
Really hope that they figured that out. Congrats to Max on the engagement. He deserves it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Did you see his see he put like what's it called? Don't worry, ladies. Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. Oh god. But
Oh man, MJF, man,
yeah.
what a god.
What a fucking god, bro. But it's true, bro. And it's like, hey, you wanted to get to this level, Tony. You got to it, and guess what? You're gonna have to deal with it. Because I remember what's it called back then when there was no what's it called AEW. When was WrestleMania weekend? Who would book a show in that weekend as well? Ring of Honor. They would book a
Hmm.
show. Guess what? It happens, and you're just gonna have to take it, dude. You can't like you're either gonna have to show why your show matters more and why you should come to this show instead of WWE's. But I believe Tony is cracking under pressure. He needs somebody who needs to be their writers, and he needs to like take a little bit of a break or just cool down because it's starting to show that it's getting to him.
Uh,
Like,
I feel like I feel like we're getting to the point where Ted Turner's gonna walk in on Eric Bischoff and he's gonna tell him that he's got to go on vacation. He's gonna tell him that he's got to go on vacation. That's where we're at with Tony Khan. It's like someone's gonna Papa Khan's gonna put his hand on his shoulder and he's gonna go, "Son,
I need you to log off.
yeah, I need you to log out. Is this where the big boys play? You know, come on, man. I don't know, man. I just want to see. I really hope that like Grand Slam goes well. I'm hoping that we get Brian Danielson as the world champion again, or a world champion again. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, and I'm really hoping to see like a new side of AEW in the
Yeah,
second half of this year because I really feel like the past 2 weeks they've been changing up the programming enough to be like, okay, this is a new show without the Elite on, without Punk on, which is kind of what we're going to talk about now.
yeah,
Boy, oh boy, man, boy, oh boy, did some shit happen
at all
with
out.
CM
Fuck.
Punk and the Elite. If you're watching our show, then I know that you guys have been keeping up with this probably even more than I have. You know what I mean? But with everything going on with CM Punk and Hangman and the Elite and all that stuff, kind of leading into All Out, we all know about the media scrum heard around the world where CM Punk, you know, in a very unprofessional way, whether you agree with what he was saying or not, in a very unprofessional way, went off on the executive vice presidents who couldn't run a fucking target. He buried the company. He buried the talent that worked for the company, buried the executive vice presidents, all while Tony Khan is just sitting there next to him, like one kind of giving off those faces, wondering if he should say something. Or in some of his reactions to some of it was almost as if he agreed with some of the stuff that Punk was saying, which was very interesting and very telling. So it's
Yeah,
just so you've got that, and then you've got CM Punk saying, if anyone's got fucking problem with me. My door's open. So you've got the Young Bucks, all right, if your door is open, let's come talk to you. The executive vice presidents walk in. It's unclear, some people on Punk's side say that they kicked the door down, which the super kick jokes come in. Then you've got, the Young Bucks side that say that they just walked in and went to talk to Punk and everything kind of got out of hand. You know, Punk, allegedly punched Nick Jackson. That's a thing. Like Nick Jackson definitely like got punched and like beat up. That's been confirmed. You've got Ace Steel who bit Kenny Omega. I don't know how that happened, but he bit Kenny Omega. You've got Larry the dog and Ace Steel's wife sitting there, wondering what the hell is going on. You've got Christopher Daniels and Brandon Cutler and Mike Nakazawa trying to break it up. Like it's literally a BTE clip, like
Yeah.
skit, like a BTE
Wait,
skit, like
so
full
did
skit went
Christopher
down.
Daniels get did Daniels get suspended too?
Yeah, so they suspended all the members of the Elite. They suspended Punk. They stripped both parties of their titles, which they had just won the same night.
Wait, so why suspend Christopher Daniels if he's just helping them back it
I
like what's it
assume
called?
that it's one of those things where it's like, listen, a lot of shit happened and we don't know what happened, so everyone who was in the room is going to get suspended, whether you like were part of it or not. Just to kind of like clear everyone's ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I assume it's that because I believe in this report it says that they are no longer suspended. Like everyone, the only people whose suspensions are still standing are Ace
The elite.
Steel,
Yeah.
Punk, and the Elite.
The elite, yeah.
So which Ace Steel, I'd be surprised if he's even going to
Fired.
come back to the company. Yeah, he needs to
That
be
motherfucker
fired.
fired, bro. That motherfucker fired, bro. You don't just bite somebody and then just come back, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
Y-
bro, that's
y-
nasty, bro.
yeah, man. Especially in a coach position, like how do you expect to ever
Yeah.
work with talent and have talent like kind of respect you again? So I'm not trying to call for the dude's job, but that's just what I would do if I was in that position. I
Yeah.
think the Elite should be stripped of their executive vice president roles, and they should be just dropped down to talent, and it should be nothing more. And man, I don't listen, man. At this point, you tried the CM Punk thing. We got one of the greatest wrestling feuds of all time out of it with him and MJF. Just let it be. You gave CM Punk two chances as the world champion. He got injured both times. It's time to wrap it up.
Yeah. What do you like? Oh, man. Do you think that Tony's just gonna try it again though? He's gonna be like, I just if
I can see it in about a year because Punk's gonna be out till like what, like Revolution time,
yeah, more than
because
likely.
he's got a torn tricep that they had surgery on, and apparently recovery for that is about 8 to 9 months. So that's putting him around like
Basically what Cody's
Revolution.
got, right? Basically what
Yeah,
Cody
well,
went
Cody
through.
had torn chest
Pectoral,
or
yeah,
torn
pectoral,
pectoral,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
apparently it's not as hard for your pec as it was for as
The
it is for like
tricep.
your tricep,
Okay.
because that affects like your whole arm, or I don't know how this shit works.
Yeah.
But apparently Punk's gonna be out for a long time. I feel
But
like I feel like Tony's gonna give it another shot because you got to realize that Tony Khan's a Tony Khan's a fucking mark, man.
he
Like,
is. He
he
is.
is. It's a mark company, and I'm not saying that as like I'm shitting on AEW. Like I love it. It's great stuff. I still prefer watching Dynamite over anything else on TV per week. But I enjoy both companies at this point. But it's I've enjoyed the past 2 weeks with no CM Punk way more than I've enjoyed the past year with CM Punk. Not
Yeah.
notwithstanding the MJF feud, but everything else didn't really hit. The feud with Hangman didn't really hit, which I guess we understand why. The Kingston stuff was great, but that was thrown together in like 2 weeks. Everything
Yeah, and
else,
then
like
it
I don't really
ended like
remember.
right off the bat too.
Yeah.
Just one match. Was that's it? And like, oh, yeah.
Listen, Punk came in, he had great matches, which is all we wanted, but it's just if his behavior really is to the point where like people are saying like the talent's not wanting him there, you're kind of like you're taking all the people who started the company and you're kind of driving them away from everything. You know what I mean? Like is it worth it? I really don't think so, man.
Me
Not in
neither.
my eyes. Not in my eyes. Yeah,
I
you gotta
just
stay with the people who helped build the house rather than the people who moved into it. You know.
yep. And I mean, I'm there with you, dude. I think the elite shouldn't have their UVP status anymore. Um, and what's it called? I think that Punk just don't get him close to the title again. Just at this point, you can tell that it's like he's injury prone, bro. I'm sorry, he's injury prone, and it's like
Yeah.
it sucks, but he's injury prone.
If you're gonna
And
do
I
another world title run with Punk, give him the tag titles with Danielson or something. You know.
yeah, and then but yeah, I just this whole situation, I was just like in my mind, I was like, damn, bro, Cody really just foresaw all of this, bro. He saw all of this coming. He got out when he wanted to, and like it just
Good for Cody.
and like I'm sorry, spoiler alert. What's it called? Cody's my number one of the year so far, and like, and that's gonna be my fucking number one at the end of the show today. But uh, like, dude, you really gotta give it to Cody. Like, Cody really saw what was going down. He saw that this company that he loved and he made and he what's it called helped to build up, he saw that it was going to change drastically to the point where it was just not going to be beneficial for him to stay there, and it was going to become a bigger shit show than he and ever saw it coming to be. And he got out when he needed to, bro, and like it makes my respect for him just grow more.
Yeah. It makes that final promo that he had in
Oh
AEW
yeah.
hit super different whenever you realize that he's like literally
What do you
saying
want to
like,
talk
"Yo,"
about?
he's like, "Yo, you're paying all this money for this guy to come in who said he was gonna do these things, didn't do those things, and now he's here and he's causing problems for us, the people who did do those things. The things that he said he was gonna do, we did those things, and we started this company. So, it really hits different, you know. And yeah, man, shout out to Cody, man. He started the year as the TNT champion, ended it on a banger, incredible, one of the greatest Hell in a Cell matches of all time, man. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
want to say the greatest, but like it's one of
One
the
of
greatest.
one of I like to me it's like top three maybe to
Yeah,
me.
it's definitely like
Yeah.
top 5. I'd have to sit down
Yeah.
and actually think about them, but it's definitely top 5.
Top five, bro. Like, I mean, it's just Cody's just. It's just like I rewatched that promo and I'm just like, dude, this motherfucker's spitting, bro. Like
Cody's
he's
great,
just
man.
going into it, and it's like, and he's right, and he's right, and he saw all this coming down, and like I know that it was probably one of the hardest decisions he could make to like leave that company that he helped start. But like he saw what was gonna happen, and he's like, yeah, I do not want to be a part of this, and
Yeah.
that's true
My
what
question
everybody
is, was he
said, bro.
like my question was, is he like, you know, because Cody had heat with the Elite too, he had heat
Hmm.
with you probably had heat with Punk. So it's like I wonder I just want to know what the real story is behind Cody leaving, man. Like I really want to know like
I would
what was
love
the
to just
thing.
like no recording, microphones are off. I just want to just hear it and be like, yo, like what
Yeah.
happened? Like and I
Cody's
would
too
no here's
respectful to ever do that to
yeah.
them though.
Oh yeah, I know. But like just part of me just always wishes like, fuck. I just want to know. And it's but
The
it'll
Dark
never
Side of the
happen.
Ring Dark
Dark
Side of the
side of
Ring,
the ring.
whenever Cody went to WWE.
Yeah.
It's so crazy being there live for when Cody came out at WrestleMania was fucking insane, dude. That was nuts, bro. That was like literally I was like, I can't even believe what I'm seeing. Like I'm watching Cody Rhodes as he was in AEW here wrestling Seth freaking Rollins.
Excuse me.
Shit was
Yeah.
crazy, man. What, let's just get into the top 10, man. Let's
Yeah.
just get into our top 10 list, man. Let's start with 10. You already gave away your number 1, man, but we
Yeah,
still have the
yeah.
rest of your list to figure out, man. So, do you
I
want to
mean,
kick it off or
right
I've
here
got
in the
mine
notes.
pulled up.
Yeah.
I got mine pulled up, so I'll start.
Yeah. So y'all, this is like top 10. I think who have had the best years, right? Like for right now,
From
like
day 1 to now, from
day
WWE
one
day
to now.
1 to this point where we are at the end of summer, moving into fall. This is our top 10 wrestlers of the year. And we each have
Yeah.
10. It's not a shared list. I'm curious to see how similar our lists are or if they're not similar at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. I'm just, in my mind, what I saw happen, and like, this is what I put down. I'm like, It's gonna probably be really different from you. But at number 10, I had to include him, bro. Like y'all gonna say, like, oh my god, they're so washed. Like, what's the point? But you know what, man? Jimmy and Jay have been putting it down. They've been holding it down, and I think they truly do deserve that recognition because nobody's been holding down that tag division like Jimmy and Jay, bro. I have the Usos as number 10. Like
Interesting,
the
man. I
bu- the
got a
bloodline, the bloodline would not be as interesting if it wasn't complete as a whole faction, and you need the Usos there to keep it complete, bro.
yeah. I got my number 10, the greatest professional wrestler on the planet, the man, the myth, the legend, Bryan Danielson. Only at number 10 because every match that he's had this year has been an absolute banger from him and Hangman on the premiere episode of TBS
Yep,
to,
Suzuki.
Suzuki, the Anarchy and Arena match, I mean, hell, even the match that he just had with Chris Jericho on Dynamite this week was amazing. Like, I don't like to rate anything anymore really because I just think everyone gets up their own ass with star ratings and shit, but just a phenomenal match with him and Jericho this week on Dynamite. He's probably going to be the AW World Champion, which I would make him the AW World Champion. Um, Bryan
I'm gonna
Danielson's just
fucking
been killing it,
pop.
man. Shout out to Danielson, bro.
Yeah, if Danielson wins, I'm gonna fucking pop hard. I'm gonna
Yeah,
fucking
I think
pop
Danielson
really
should
hard.
win because if he does win, then he would have beaten everybody who's given him a loss in AEW in this tournament, and I feel like that's a good story to have told because
Oh,
because Moxley beat him at Revolution. He tied with Hangman at Winter's Coming, and then Hangman ultimately beat him this year on
yeah,
the premiere episode of the TBS Dynamite. And then
yeah,
Jericho beat him. Jericho beat him at All Out. So he beat
at all
Hangman and he
out.
beat Jericho. Now all he's got to do is beat Moxley.
Oh,
I just
that's
feel like
such a
that'd be
good
a great
story to
story.
tell. Yeah, that'd be
Yep.
such a great story to tell. And like I said, you can give Danielson a short but meaningful reign, and then obviously
Yeah. Have
MJF's
him
gonna
hold
be
it till Full Gear, man. That's it. Like literally, just have him do what he's been doing. Have him wrestle a match each week on Dynamite. He'll be one of the greatest
yeah,
AEW champions of all time.
yeah. So that's your number 10, man. My number 9, of course, I have what's called Drew. I think Drew has had a great year. I think it's just crazy to see that whole build up to Clash of the Castle. How a lot of us were really like, "Yo, fucking Drew's gonna actually might just take it." And like,
Yeah.
Drew has not stopped being over. Like even when he was doing his like big D thing with the New Day, bro. Like my man
Yeah.
was still over as fuck.
Yeah.
And
I can't go Drew just because and it's not his fault, but the fucking feud with Madcap and Corbin.
oh yeah.
Fuck, man. Good lord. I just I could have done without building that all the way up to be a WrestleMania feud. I could have definitely done without that.
And yet,
Um
even with that, though, he's still maintained to being
yeah.
over, bro. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way you don't like. I know it's gonna come back eventually. Like, he's gonna turn heel, but like Drew as
Oh, I
babyface
want it.
just works, bro. Drew as babyface just works so much, and it's like it's hard to
Yeah.
not like this guy, bro.
Heel Drew versus babyface Cody sounds like a really cool match. Like that sounds like a really cool match. Like the Scottish psychopath coming back. I'm down for
Yep,
that, man. But
yep.
my number 9 is the Yonkers psychopath, the man himself, Eddie Kingston. Redeem these nuts. I just
Deem
think
these nuts, baby.
Eddie Kingston has just had an incredible year. The matches with Jericho, the blood and guts match, everything, man. Just shout out. It's Eddie Kingston, man. I don't even have to say anything more than that. And he did what all of us wanted to do, and he tried to pie face Sammy Guevara. So shout out to Eddie Kingston, man. Eddie Kingston's a real hero. Eddie Kingston. Yo, by the way, why is Eddie Kingston not on the Grand Slam card next week? That's fucking cap. Y'all need to remedy that.
Yep,
That's disgusting. That's egregious. Eddie Kingston should be the TNT champion. That's all I have to say.
yep. I've got Matt Riddle at 8 over here.
Nice.
RK Bro, the Seth Rollins feud. I mean, yo, Riddle, and then even then, the feud with like Roman. Of course, he can't challenge Roman ever again, but like just everything that's been going down with Riddle, and like I really think that Triple H sees a lot in Matt Riddle, and he thinks that he's gonna be a really big asset coming in. Like I can definitely see that once like somebody takes that belt off, Roman,
Oh yeah,
Riddle's gonna
top
challenge.
contender.
Yeah,
Top contender for that, man. Easy.
yeah.
Man, and his match with Roman this year on SmackDown was
Was
fucking awesome, dude. It was
good, really
great.
good.
It was one of
Yeah,
genuinely one of Roman's best matches.
yeah.
So shout out to Riddle. My number 8, keeping in that WWE world, I got the man Bobby Lashley, bro. Good old Bob Lash, man. I just feel like Bobby Lashley is just like he's been doing this for so long, but he's just on another level right now. He's been killing it each week as the United States champion. He started the year beating Brock Lesnar for the or yeah, he did. He beat did he beat Brock Lesnar for it? No. Anyways, at some point this year, Bobby Lashley was the WWE World Champion before losing
Yeah,
it in the Elimination Chamber. So shout out to Bobby Lashley for that. But even through his feud with Omos, I thought he stood really well with that. I just it's Bob Lashley, man. That's all. That's
it is.
literally all you need. It's Bob
Yeah,
Lashley.
man. And that's another motherfucker, bro, who like you can't just that man is just gonna be over forever, bro. Like
Yeah, that's it.
people love Lashley and like heel or face, that man is over. And I'm hoping that this is not the last time that we'll see him as champion because like I
Yeah.
love Lashley as champ.
Yeah, I think in the WWE environment where the titles are more I don't want to say like I just feel like quick title reigns WWE's done them really well, or like short
Hmm.
title reigns WWE does them pretty well. They don't we're off the Vince McMahon track record, so it's really you don't know what you can say about what Triple H is going to do, but I think Bobby Lashley has another world title reign in him for sure. At least one more. Give it
Yeah,
to him at least one more time, man. As a baby face. Like I want to see baby face Bobby Lashley as the world champion under Triple H.
yeah. At my number 7, I have somebody who I think has also had a great year. Uh, I grew my love for this wrestler this year because not just at Forbidden Door, but also just what he did post Forbidden Door. But also, if you go to Japan and you've been seeing what that man, he's been putting in work. Um, Will Ospreay, bro. I think Will's been having a freaking monumental year. I don't think this is the last time he works with AEW. I think that it's happening another time, but Will, you can't just not see what he's been doing in fucking NJPW and tell me that he hasn't been having quite the year for himself, bro. Like,
His match with Moxley,
yeah. If it
oh
only
my
wasn't for that
goodness,
dumbass
man.
finish, bro.
Yeah, that finish sucked, but that
But
match
yeah,
was awesome. And
awesome match.
the match against the Elite with him and Aussie Open on Dynamite was
Mm-hmm.
fucking amazing.
Him and Orange
Man,
Cassidy.
him and Orange Cassidy, Osprey. He just missed my list, dude. It was either Osprey or it was Danielson, and I was like, I'm going Danielson because that
Yeah,
match on Dynamite this week was awesome.
yeah,
I was like, I'm going Danielson. He's probably going to be the AEW World Champ, so I'm going Danielson. But yeah, Osprey's killing it, man. He's going to be a major player in this industry for a long time.
mm-hmm.
My number 7, I'm keeping it black, baby. Bianca Belair, man. Bianca Belair is on another fucking level. I just feel I'm think we're getting close to the end of her title reign because I think Bailey's going to be winning it pretty soon here at Extreme Rules. But what a great chase that she had all the way up till WrestleMania this year. What a great match she had at WrestleMania this year. Um, Everything that she's done this year has just been incredible. It's been really nice to see her develop on the main roster and kind of come into her own. But I want to see that next step for Bianca. Like I want to see that next layer in her character. So I'm,
Yeah,
I'm I'm wanting to see what a titleless Bianca Belair will be like on the main roster. So shout out to
yeah,
Bianca.
yeah. That's my number 6 too. Yep, Bianca, bro.
Yep.
I've, dude. There's no denying the EST, bro.
No.
Quite
None.
possibly the best modern women's wrestler at the time
Yeah.
right
No.
now,
I
bro.
I, I would say she is. I think Bianca Belair is the best women's wrestler in the world
I
for sure.
I won't disagree, bro. I honestly won't disagree. But like
Yeah.
nobody else has been carrying it like her. That match with her and Becky at WrestleMania is one of the best matches, not just of WrestleMania, but of all time, bro. This year as
Yeah.
well, it's like easily in my top 5. There's just
hmm
Bianca's special, and I'm glad that they redeemed that whole dumb shit that happened at SummerSlam.
Back to back incredible WrestleMania matches for Bianca Belair, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's top G shit right there. But my number
Yeah.
6, keeping it black and keeping it beautiful and feminine. You gotta Number 6, you gotta have her, Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill is just on as a fucking trailblazer right now for she is the AEW women's division. I know that there's a world title, but that world title doesn't mean shit as long as Jade is holding the other title. Like this is
Yeah,
literally like one of those like Hogan Ultimate Warrior situations where it's like, you know, even though she doesn't have the main one, she is the champion, and I honestly I just want to see Jade unify them at this point. She hasn't had the best pay-per-view matches this year, but I just think as far as like what she's done for her character and getting herself over to the degree that she has, just no one's done it the way Jade has. So, and
yeah.
I've never seen someone improve as fast as she has. So,
She's
shout
been
out to
putting in the
Jade.
work, bro. She
Yeah.
trained with Danielson, and like you can tell that Jade actually gives a shit about this stuff. Like she actually
Yep.
wants to improve.
Yep.
So at my number
Now we're
5,
going into the fives, the final five, the top five, top five.
yes, sir, the top 5. Uh, man, what's it called? He had a great run. He had a great what's it called chase. The championship run was kind of fumbled, but for some reason, and I don't know what the fuck is going on, but he's coming back, and it feels like he's getting back over. I still got to give it because like to be the one to dethrone Kenny, to give us that moment, I think Hangman deserves that recognition. Hangman has had a great year. It sucks that how they did him dirty with that reign, but you know he's coming back. He's climbing back up, and I gotta say, I think that Hangman does deserve that number 5 spot right there.
Yeah. Hangman's interesting for me. He's not on my list, but it's just I think Hangman is great. And I think that there's definitely another AEW world title run in Hangman somewhere,
Hmm.
but I just think that right now for where that Raw like, you've got Keith Lee on there, you've got Swerve Strickland,
Yeah.
you've got Bryan Danielson, you still got Jon Moxley, who's the hottest he's ever been,
Yeah. And
you've got
honestly, you can
MJF.
switch for me, you can switch this spot with Hangman with John Moxley because
Oh,
I
yeah.
think also Moxley is had a hell of a when he comes back after rehab. He's like you guys can't lie, y'all. Moxley has been on a whole nother level since he's been back, and he's just shown a massive improvement and a massive change to his work style. And like I like this one is easily changeable between Moxley and Hangman.
Yeah. Well, my number 5 is your number 1, is the man Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, man, no one's doing it like him. He started the year as the TNT champion. He had one of the greatest ladder matches I've ever seen with him and Sammy Guevara. All his matches with Seth Rollins have been incredible since coming into WWE, and just literally Cody Rhodes getting me to watch Raw under the Vince McMahon era. That's an achievement in itself. So Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, can't wait to see you at the Royal Rumble.
Oh man, I can't wait either. I mean,
He has to win.
look, man, he's got to be the one, bro. He's got to be. And if he's not, I don't know what the fuck's going on. But like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it that he's gonna be the one to take it. But
It's got to
my
be.
yeah, my number 4 is actually somebody you already mentioned. I mean, like nobody, like a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people I've talked about it so much, but y'all, I'm a big Danielson guy. I'm a big Danielson guy. I met Danielson in person in 2013. What's it called? I met him in person. We just I was fucking like 14 or 15, bro. Like honestly, I wasn't really gonna like talk too much about him, but I knew like seeing him there, I knew that there was something special about this guy. I knew that something was big was gonna happen with this guy, and he wins it at WrestleMania, and then he gets injured, and all these things happen, and even then he gets a great run when he comes back when they finally clear him, and he does the whole like hemp belt, like the weed belt, bro. Like what the fuck, man? The fucking weed belt. Nobody talks about the weed belt. Like
That's the era that I started getting back into like wrestling again, was like
yeah,
whenever Becky Lynch was doing the man gimmick and you had Danielson
yeah,
with the weed belt and Kofi
yeah,
Mania. So like I've got very fond memories of like Danielson just
yeah,
being a badass, man. Like Danielson's
yeah.
he's the greatest wrestler of all time.
And
It's
dude,
just it
fuck,
is.
when he debuted it all out, I lost my fucking mind,
Oh
and
yeah,
I
we all
said,
did.
I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen here, but I know that Tony's got this, and I know that he sees just how much of a special wrestler Danielson is, and fuck, man, nobody has had quite the year like Danielson had.
Yeah.
Everybody else everybody who's above this has like gotten just as great years, but they just had that extra pizzazz to them that I feel like have cemented them to be in a bigger spot than this. But Danielson's out of this world, bro. The American Dragon run is something like so special to see happen. Blackpool Combat Club. I You just can't deny it, bro. Danielson's the
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Danielson's on it, man. My
Mm-hmm.
I'm cheating on my number four. I gotta squeeze it in there somewhere. I have CM Punk and MJF tied together at my number four spot. And the reason that I have them together at number four is because this year, those two have been so directly tied with each other throughout the entire year. As over as Punk was, MJF was just as over. And they were there with each other throughout this whole year, all the way up till this point where we are. Um, I just feel like CM Punk, no matter how this year is going to end for him, the way that it did with everything that we talked about earlier, Punk went. He did what he said he was going to do. He came in. He had great fucking matches. He had one of the greatest wrestling feuds I've ever seen with MJF. MJF, he never disappoints when he's in the ring. The
Mm-hmm.
match with him and Punk at Chicago is one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. And it's clear in the past 2 weeks that MJF is just going to keep this going. And he might end the year. He might be my number one spot at the end of the year. You never know. But that's where we
Yeah.
stand right now. That's my number four, CM Punk and MJF.
Well, my number three is MJF. Come on, man.
Yeah,
It's everything you've said and more. That man
yeah,
carries AEW. That man is AEW, and the fact that we might have been that close to losing MJF would have been one of the biggest blows to AEW ever,
yeah,
ever. And
yeah,
yeah, I'm glad that everything's good now. But even then, his little what's it called, like hints here and there that he's still kind of thinking about WWE.
yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I said the story should be too. I was like, as soon as he comes back, the story should be like he goes in, he's gonna steal the AEW world title, and then that should be the story. Who's gonna like Tony Khan is like playing the Vince, trying to like send people after his title to be like, yo, get that title off of MJF
yeah,
before the end of 2024. And then I
yeah,
want to see it be like whenever Punk came back and it was him standing against Cena. Like I want to see that where like MJF comes back a couple months at the end of Revolution or something. He's still the AW World Champion, and he's like,
yeah,
"Oh, I signed a new deal." Like I want to see it. But I'll do my number three and my number two back to back since you already gave away your number one. So
yeah.
your final. So my number three is the big dog, the man, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is just on another fucking level. Another great year for Roman. He's unified the titles. Say what you. That's kind of part of the reason why he's only at number three for me is the fact that he unified them. Yeah, look at that man. That's it, man. That picture alone shows you why he's number three, man. That's it. Roman
Uh,
Reigns. The only thing that I have to say is I want him to defend the titles more, but that's it. That's really all I can
yeah,
criticize him for. But my number two, come on, guys. Everybody loves FTR, man. Nobody has done what FTR have done as far as tag team wrestling goes, let alone nobody has done what they've done this year. I Both matches with the Briscoes are the two greatest tag team matches I've ever seen. Being there live for that first one was a fucking blessing, and I will literally never forget that day. Like I I've never experienced anything like that. I just think what Dax Harwood has done in the ring, particularly his match with Punk, his match with Pac, winning the triple A tag team titles, winning the Ring of Honor tag team titles, and winning the IWGP heavyweight titles all at the same
mm-hmm.
time. Like nothing, and they've got to end the year with the AEW tag team titles somehow. I feel like, but just no one has done what FTR has done for tag team wrestling. So shout out to FTR. And what's
Yes,
your number
sir.
two, man?
My number two, My number one, bro. The number two, bro. He might be the number two on this list, but he the one, bro. He the one.
Yeah, he might be the twos, but
Yeah,
he the
but
ones.
he the
But he the
one, bro.
ones.
The tribal chief, bro. The last true needle mover. The fucking king of the island of relevancy, whatever you want to call him, bro. That man, God mode himself, bro. Roman Reigns, bro. You can't deny it, man. Look, y'all want to be y'all got to stop sipping on the haterade, bro. Because
Yeah,
guess
bro. Y'all
bro,
are capping.
y'all are camping, bro. This man is truly on a whole different level, bro. And I am no longer ever interested in seeing Roman go face. And the rumors are that they actually brought it to his attention. And Roman even said, I refuse to go face. I
Yeah,
refuse.
fuck that. I don't want to see it
No,
at all, man. No
no.
way. He's way too good the way that he is now.
Yeah, I whoop your ass. You disrespect my tribal chief. Like fucking, like
we need
Heyman
to we
said.
need to upload that clip on here.
Yep.
We need to get that clip on here.
Yeah. Oh man. Like even like it's just crazy, bro. Like we've had great matches with Roman in there. One thing I'll always say that I love about Roman is how much he complements well when he has somebody in the ring who has a way different style from him. You know, it's something you
Yep.
can see early as back as like him versus Styles at Extreme Rules. Like you can tell it's happened there, and like even now during this year with him and Balor, you know, him and Riddle, like even when it's like those people who have a completely different style from Roman, Roman adapts in the ring and he's able to give us a great match. Nobody's doing it like God mode, bro. And he truly is number two. Last year he would have been my number one, but Cody showed me something different this year. He showed me what it was, and he just truly made me believe in wanting to see Cody Rhodes become the WWE champion. So
Yep.
he's my number one. But yeah, Roman, number two right there, bro.
Yep. My number one is Roman's former Shield mate, man. I gotta give it to John Moxley, man. The Wild, bro. I there's literally no one else to me personally that I felt like could have possibly had this spot. The matches that Moxley's had this year with Yuta, the match that Moxley had this year with Osprey, everything that they've done with the Blackpool Combat Club, him coming back from rehab to have the match with Danielson, to form the Blackpool Combat Club, becoming the first ever two-time AEW World Champion, carrying the company on his back throughout all these injuries and throughout all the bullshit that happened this summer, having the match with Hiroshi Tanahashi at Forbidden Door, not to even mention all the stuff that Moxley's been doing on the indies, being the
Mm-hmm.
GCW World Champion, his match with Tony Deppen, matches with Effie, his match with Blake Christian, like everything that Moxley's done this year. Moxley's on another level, man. Like he's never been more relatable to me. Like, I've always been a Moxley fan, but I've never like quite loved Moxley to the level that I do this year, man. So just Moxley's killing it, man. I don't think anyone's doing it better. He's finally getting the run that he should have had in front of all the fans whenever the pandemic hit, and it
Mm-hmm.
shows, man. Like, so
Yep.
so shout out to Moxley, man.
Damn
His
straight,
feud
bro.
with MJF, man, that's the
It's about
hottest
to be
ticket right now in wrestling. That's the
it's about to
hottest
be
ticket right
hot
now
as
in wrestling,
shit,
man.
bro. It's gonna
I
be hot
can't
as
wait to see
shit.
that. I think it's gonna be
Um,
non-title, but I don't give a fuck. I just want to see MJF and Moxley wrestle.
yeah. Um, I gotta say also like honorable mention if you want, say it, but I just gotta do Seth. There is no other wrestler
Yeah,
in this planet who can lose multiple times back to back and remain fucking over to the point that the audience sings your damn song with you. Like I'm
yeah.
telling you, Seth is like has Seth is the definition of losses don't fucking matter apparently because guess what? That man remains over as fuck, bro.
I think Seth should win at the Rumble. I think he should beat Roman,
I don't know,
and I think
man.
I really do, man, because I want to see Cody and Rollins again, and I really want to. And you don't need the title for him and The Rock. You really don't. But it's
No.
just, but Rollins, man, like you said, man, Rollins has been on a. I mean, literally, his match at the Rumble this year against Roman was fucking awesome. His match with Cody,
Yeah.
his matches with Riddle, everything that he's been doing, like he's getting out of that like super like his character work was a little too goofy for me earlier this year, but he's starting to like
Yeah.
dial that back a little bit, which I appreciate, and it's working for me, man. Like shout out to Seth Rollins, man. You know, very much an honorable mention. Shout out Seth Rollins. Shout out to the Shield. 10 years strong.
10 years strong, baby. 10 years
10
strong.
years later, man, we got Roman Reigns as the unified champion. We had John Moxley was the unified champion. You got Seth Rollins out here doing some amazing work with Cody Rhodes. You know, it's been a good year for the Shield, man.
Yeah. I agree. And I think that they've just been doing great jobs. All three of them, bro. I can't believe they've been having the monumental year that they've been having. All three of them. And it just goes to show, bro, no matter where they at, bro, they on top. They always on top.
They the ones, man.
They are the ones, bro. They are the ones. But that's all we got here today, folks. Later on in the day, I'm gonna say like in literally like less than 2 hours, we'll be on the live show. We're gonna talk about She-Hulk episode 5. But other than that, it's been a busy week, not busy week, busy day here on the channel. We had Instructure before this, then we had Iron Flyer. Now we're gonna have live show. Yep. But it's been fun, man. As always, just catch me on everything that we do here. Schedule's a little wonky, guys. We had to switch a little bit where Mondays are now the new release reviews, but that's gonna change when we go to October. Just didn't want to mess with the numbering that Lydia had already set up for the post. So let's go. I'm doing all that stuff with Brad right now, but just it's about to get really cool around here. I can't wait to be able to not squash. I can't wait to destroy Brad at Extreme Rules, and I just can't wait to be holding my title. It gets here on Tuesday, my title. My title.
I was wondering about that. I was like, man, we didn't get to see it today. We didn't get to see you with it yet.
On Tuesday, bro. On Tuesday, my beautiful purple belt will be right here, bro. Just right here. Great, sitting on where it belongs. And y'all want to keep talking about the PWI? You want to talk about the fucking list we did? Who's number one, baby? I'm fucking number one. I just gave y'all the greatest moment to ever fucking change this whole company, bro. Y'all thought I wouldn't do it, but just remember, when y'all keep asking, Raul, when you gonna cash in? No, when you gonna cash in? Y'all ain't ready to don't be ready to complain, bro. When I fucking cash in. So.
Bless, man. Oh, bless. Wait, do we still have the? Oh, where is it?
Here comes the money.
Here comes the money.
That's incredible.
Yep, bro.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, you enjoy that title while it's there. Enjoy it while it lasts, man. We'll see.
Yeah.
You got a laundry list of people gunning for you, man. You got a lot of people that you pissed off, so you gotta sort through it all, man.
I don't be pissed off, bro. Tell them to make use of the TV time they get. Some of them just be recycling the same old shit that they say on Twitter, bro. So if y'all gonna use this time I provide for y'all to bitch and moan like you do on Twitter, y'all don't deserve a fucking match. You don't deserve a fucking match. But
and with that, I'd like to ask everyone to leave a like and leave a comment, subscribe, go to the Patreon, all that good stuff. That's it for me, man. That's it for me.
Yep, that's it for the best wrestling show on the planet. Because remember, we're better than all of them, and you know it. That's right. We're better than all of them, and you know it. Yeah.
No copyright.
Ain't nobody doing it like High Flyer, baby. Nobody doing it like High Flyer.
Nobody.
Of course, y'all. This has been High Flyer Radio. Don't forget. I'm sorry. Fuck. This has been High Flyer Radio. Don't tap out.
Tune in.